What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave that comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000, and we hope you guys can help us get there. All right, so we've had every kind of reboot lately. We had a DuckTales reboot. We had a Animaniacs reboot. We've got a Walker reboot. There's so many different reboots out there. It's almost like all 2020 and 2021 have been made out of is reboots. Of course, there's a supposed maybe Futurama reboot that's out there, and there's shows that's probably getting canceled right now so that they can be rebooted out there. So I mean, nothing shocking about a reboot anymore. It's not even really news anymore. There is one show, and it's not just because I'm from Texas that I'm a little bit excited about this. I actually really enjoyed this show. My wife, oh my goodness, my wife is a huge, huge King of the Hill fan. So the idea that King of the Hill revival negotiations are happening, she's going to be just on cloud nine about this. I know I'm already kind of that way on it. I'm excited to see it, but then at the same time, I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this show since 2009. What is it going to be like in this day, in this era? Like, is it going to be all woke? Is it going to still have that humor that I love? And it worries me because I'll admit, I kind of watch, I grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s, as a kid, and I loved Animaniacs. Of course, you could say, well, that was early 90s. But I loved Animaniacs. So when Animaniacs come out, I was telling my son, I was like, oh man, Animaniacs is out. And it's the funniest show on television. And then when it came out, my son, I remember, kind of looked at me like, that's what this was. And I kind of felt like I disappointed him in a way because the Animaniacs that had came out was not the same Animaniacs that I remember. And I'm kind of almost a little bit worried about this with another show that wasn't as long lasting, but Clone High. Clone High back in the early 2000s got canceled over controversy. And imagine what it would get, now. And it's going to be rebooted as well. So, I mean, sensibilities now are so different than what they were even back in 2009. I don't know how King of the Hill is going to work out, but I'm still excited about it. I'm still excited about the notion of it. I hope it does work out a little bit better than what, let's say, it Animaniacs did. Which I kind of felt a little flat and a little too political for my liking. But let me just go ahead and read a little bit about what it's saying. It says negotiations are underway for a King of the Hill revival. It says, known for its grounded and realistic comedic sensibilities, the classic series acted as a slightly less zany Sunday night alternative to The Simpsons, which Greg Daniels wrote on for many years. In fact, Daniels left the writer's room of The Simpsons to co-create King of the Hill with Mike Judge, who had already garnered acclaim for his MTV series Beavis and Butthead. As Beavis and Butthead's own revival gains traction, it appears that similar news could be coming soon for King of the Hill. Slash Film reports that writer Brent Forrester recently revealed in an AMA on Reddit that Judge and Daniels are in hot negotiations for a King of the Hill reboot. When a Redditor asked Forrester if there was any news about a revival, the former head writer for the show revealed that not only are negotiations underway, but that the show's characters will have aged 15 years since their most recent appearance. Forrester, who preferred his reply by saying that Daniels and Judge will murder him for sharing this, went on to say that he believes that the updated version of the show is so good. Okay, so good, not great, not fabulous, not amazing, just so good. And then of course, it just goes on and talk about how about the revivals and how it's basically the end thing now. To have these reboots. But I'm excited about that. I don't know if I'm gonna like the idea that they've aged 15 years. I really thought I was gonna like that. And again, I'm going back to my cartoon days because look, I don't care if I'm an adult. I'm still one of those adults that still is fascinated by cartoons. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm one of those people that's grown out of it. I haven't. I haven't grown out of it. I'll still watch those same things on YouTube at night. So that's just me on that. That's something that I still do. That's something I've done since I was 5. Been watching a lot of these same shows. So we in Rugrats, take a show like Rugrats. When they did the whole all grown up thing, I thought that was gonna be a cool idea, and then when I saw it, I was like, ooh, kind of lost its vibe. It kind of lost its excitement. Not sure if I really want to see that. I used to kind of, back when I was a kid, when the Simpsons would do, their future episodes, I used to think that was kind of cool, but it's like when they started doing more of them, I was like, oh, I don't really like the idea of seeing some of my favorite characters grown up, and they've kind of lost their mystique, I guess. They're not as interesting as adults as what they were as children. Um, and it kind of makes it, I don't know, it kind of makes things a little sad when you kind of know what, I get it. I get it. They're cartoon characters, but still, you spend so much time with these characters watching, their lives unfold that you almost kind of feel like they're real life. So to a certain extent, when you see them grown up and you see the hardships that they've had to face and endure, it kind of is like it loses its excitement because it's more like, oh crap, this show now is feeling a little too real for my liking. It's kind of one of those things, and some shows do it so great, so other shows not so well. There has been reboots from sitcoms that have worked. Right now, they're talking about maybe even a Home Improvement kind of reboot. And how these things work out is just up to each particular show and how well just how well fans perceive them. Some shows can do it, other shows fail miserably doing it. It's a very dangerous thing to do. It's something I wouldn't necessarily do in an animated show, because why? Just pick it up right where it went left off. Let fans be excited about the characters that they know, not bring in these different characters at different, or the characters that they know at different ages. Don't do necessarily go that route. I don't feel like that's a good idea. But hey, that's, I guess, what they're planning on doing. And I can't say I'm a huge fan of that idea, but I am excited that there might be a King of the Hill reboot. So here's to it. I hope it happens. I really do. I used to be big on this whole animation domination. I loved Family Guy. I loved The Simpsons. I loved even the Cleveland Show and Futurama and all these different series that was on there. So, while I feel like Family Guy and American Dad maybe's lost a little bit of its luster, and Simpsons basically now is just going through the motions, I feel like, a rebooted King of the Hill could actually bring a little bit of energy and excitement back to even some of those old shows, that aren't even King of the Hill, like even The Simpsons, maybe going down a similar route to it. So I'm excited about that. It brings more excitement to the network as well. But we'll just have to see. I think it'll be. I have hopes that it'll be great. Let's just put it that way. I have hopes that it'll be great. I'm excited about this. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Let me know if y'all think that they should have kept it the same age, same group, or if y'all felt like 15 years down the road was, aging them would be just something so completely different and new that it's what the show would need. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.